Welcome to the class 12 students. This is the part 2 of the chapter reproductive health. I will be starting with the disease number 4 under STD, that is hepatitis B. Okay. So hepatitis B is an STD and it is caused by hepatitis B virus, also in short it is known as HBV. Okay, and mode of transmission is same as that of others. Now what are the symptoms? Symptoms include cirrhosis of liver, means there is inflammation within the walls of the liver. And next, hepatocellular carcinoma. So carcinoma is a type of cancer. Okay, chronic hepatitis, liver failure. So mostly the liver is affected really bad, and as the liver is affected in a really bad manner, so the person will be prone to more such diseases which may pose to be very deadly. Okay. Next, remedies. So same as like other STDs. Okay. Moving on to genital herpes. So this is a disease that is caused in the genital area of a person, and it is caused by the name of the pathogen is herpes simplex virus. Okay, and symptoms include some lesions and fever, headache, pain, itching, urethral and cervical infection. So these are certain infections of this disease, genital herpes. And next one is genital warts. Okay. Now what is genital warts? It is caused by HPV, human papilloma virus, and from genital herpes you don't have genital herpes you learn the symptoms, but from genital warts you don't have to learn the symptoms a lot. They are not very important. Just learn the names of the pathogens of the subsequent diseases starting from genital warts. Okay, so genital warts, the pathogen is human papilloma virus. Next one is chlamydiasis. So let me rub this so that I can write. Next one is chlamydiasis. This disease is caused by Chlamydia trachomatis. The pathogen is known as Chlamydia trachomatis. All are scientific names. You will have to write in the proper way. The scientific names should be written. Okay. Next one, there are certain diseases, no names are given. You don't have to learn till chlamydiasis, and learn the chart that I will be providing along with the video, okay, in the form of a PDF. Okay. Now moving on to the next topic that we have is birth control and birth control needs and methods. Okay. So we will be discussing about certain methods of birth control. Okay. So what are the methods? There are two broad categories. Okay. One is spacing method, and number two is a terminal method. So spacing method means where a gap or a barrier is being created to stop the fertilization of the two gametes. So that is the male and the female gamete. Okay. So all the types of birth control methods that fall under that category are spacing methods. Okay. So spacing methods also have many types, that is natural methods, next one is barrier method, and then there are chemical methods, that means certain medicines or like chemicals are used so that the fertilization cannot take place. Next there are intrauterine devices, also known as IUD. Okay, so these IUDs include certain devices also known as copper T. Copper T is nothing but a small device made up of copper which is in the shape of T. Okay, now this T-shaped device made of copper will be placed within the uterus. Means the name of the method is intrauterine device, right? So intrauterine means within the uterus. So this T will be placed within the uterus so that the sperm will not, even if it enters into the uterus, it will not be able to reach the ovaries. Okay, it will be like this. Let me draw the structure. It will be like this. So there are the ovaries, here are the ovaries, and this is the vaginal canal. Okay, so if the sperm will enter this way, and since it is guarding the fallopian tubes, the sperm will not be able to reach the ovaries and cause the the fertilization process will not be able to take place. Okay, so it is known as intrauterine device, and there are certain hormonal methods as well. Means there are certain pills or medicines which will stop the process of fertilization. Okay, next coming to the terminal methods. So all the methods that I discussed till now falls under this spacing method. Okay, that means the process of fertilization means the process of union between the male gamete and the female gamete is being prevented in some way or other. All processes come under spacing method. Now the next method is a terminal method. Now terminal method means end or stopping, or like the last process after which nothing can be done. Okay, so there are two types under terminal methods. One is vasectomy and the other is tubectomy, and both are same methods. Okay, so vasectomy is for males and tubectomy is for females. And what is done and how is done? So vasectomy is done in the vas deferens. So you can remember that vas deferens is a structure in the male reproductive system, and from vas deferens the name comes vasectomy. Okay, so you can remember that vasectomy is for male. So what is done is the vas deferens. There are two thread-like structures. Vas deferens I have discussed in the previous chapter, right? So these vas deferens are cut. Okay, both of them are cut and they are joined so that the sperm from the testis cannot reach outside. Okay, it remains within the cut portion of the vas deferens. So that way there is absolutely no way that fertilization or the union between the male and the female gamete take place. So that is vasectomy. That is a total end or stop to the process by which the sperm can come out of the male body. The sperm cannot come out of the male body after this process or this surgical method is done within a male person's body. Now the tubectomy is just the same process, only happening within the fallopian tube of the female body. Now fallopian tube is found in females, and tubectomy, so you will be easily able to remember that tubectomy is for males. Fallopian tube and tubectomy, and vas deferens and vasectomy. So what is done in tubectomy? The fallopian tubes, the hands of the fallopian tubes are cut, the same way the vas deferens are cut and joined. So the fallopian tubes are cut at the middle and joined, so that even if the sperm reaches the uterus, it will not be able to reach the ovary, or no ovum from the ovary will be able to reach the sperm. So the place where the union takes place, that place itself is destroyed. Okay, so there is absolute no chance of fertilization taking place. Okay, so these are the terminal methods, that means after which these methods are permanent methods of birth control, and after once these methods are done within a person's body, they cannot be changed back to the normal structure of the male or the female reproductive system. Okay, so I hope you have understood these birth control methods. Next we will be discussing about the topic known as MTP. Now MTP, the full form is medical termination of pregnancy. Now medical termination of pregnancy is a very scientific or medical term for the word abortion, and this actually means the termination of pregnancy either by accidental causes, or some other reasons may also be there. Okay, and it is safe up to 12 weeks of pregnancy, and even if 12 weeks have passed and the doctor finds that it is okay to terminate the pregnancy, it can be done, but obviously under the doctor's guidance. Okay, now there are certain disadvantages of MTP, they may be done illegally, because in India it is such a country where people or our society do not want female child. So if they get to know that they are having a female baby or a girl baby, they will illegally try to terminate the pregnancy, just because they have some societal problems. Okay, so these are certain disadvantages of MTP, and that is why just to stop this whole problem in our society, the determination of the sex of the baby before birth is banned in our country, so that no one gets to know what is the gender of the baby and will be able to go through such processes. Okay, so we will continue with amniocentesis in my next video.